All right, welcome to our Fierce Fit call, and today is September 22nd. It's my birthday week. And tonight, the topic of our call is how to find people. Jen, how did you title it? Finding awesome people.
Something how to like attract the right people.
Oh, I can't hear you, Jen.
How to attract the right people.
How to attract the right people. Okay, so not just finding awesome people. That would have been a good title. But yeah, how to attract the right people. I think that's pretty critical in what we do, is surrounding yourself with the right people that have common goals and interests. I can't find this one. Okay, thanks. Thanks, bud. And so Jen's going to kill this call tonight. She always does. Okay, I'm going to share my screen real quick. Gabe was bringing me a jacket. It actually got down to 80 degrees here today, and I just got done working out, so I'm cold. Okay, share screen. And here we go. Jen, look how pretty you are. The one and only. Success Club. Okay, guys, this is the last week of the month, and I want you to think about, I want you to visualize each person individually, what their goals and needs are, and go about this not as, I gotta hit Success Club, because if you take that approach, you won't hit it, or you're gonna tick people right off. So thinking about them and where they're at and where they live, like on a day-to-day basis, is going to help you to get on the board. But congratulations to everyone that is on the board. You always want to be in Success Club. Last week alone, I got 6 leads from Beachbody from being an Emerald coach in Success Club. So that helps to build my customer base, and that's one of the big reasons why you want to do it. Okay, good job, Amy. Top PD leader. Amy's killing it on her page. She's found her tribe. Awesome. Okay, so why do you want to be an Emerald coach? And here, since it's the last week of the month, I just wanted to remind you that you have to be a paid Emerald coach by the last Wednesday of the month, which is next. The 30th lands on, let me look at my calendar, right? Somebody correct me real quick. We have 1 week. Shoot. Yes. So 30th, it just happens at the last day of the month and the last Wednesday just coincide. Normally it's not. It's like the 27th is the last Wednesday. But by the last Wednesday of every month, you need to be a paid Emerald coach when you go to bed that night, so you wake up as an Emerald that Thursday morning in order to get leads for the next month as an Emerald, okay? So here is what you need to be an Emerald coach. Guys, getting to Emerald is so easy, and once you get there, you should never lose Emerald, because when you're an Emerald coach, you start to bank all of the team volume that's under you. So your upline sponsor coach is a rock star. I'm sure they are. And they're putting, all kinds of volume trickling down on one side of your leg. So let's say you come in as a new coach and you immediately see the one leg start to grow. And that starts to get like up to, 500 PV, and then 1,000 PV and whatever. And maybe you're not cycling yet, but if you're an Emerald, this all goes into the bank and stays there forever, so that when you do start to build the other leg with some builders or your husband or however, your spouse, however you want to do it, you get to start dipping into this every single time you can. So it never goes away. It's like a safety net for you. So get to Emerald and never, ever, ever, ever lose it. It's so easy to get there. A good strategic business move is to have your spouse sign up at the very top of your business on your weak leg. And then, it can be anyone else. Your best friend, somebody likes fitness, somebody that needs a discount, whatever. It's so easy. Just view the business opportunity is just another product we have, and share it with anybody that's into fitness, wants a discount, wants extra money, or wants to be with positive, fun people and do awesome things. So there you go. Did I summarize that fast enough? Yeah. Okay. So our Success Club prize this month is the best one they've ever done, ever, 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 since I've been a coach, and I've been here a long time. And so this is a huge value. Like, normally we get like a t-shirt or a book, and this is $300 worth of stuff. These are the classics. And so you want to hit Success Club for a million reasons, but having this in your library to be able to talk about and to try out and take your fitness to the next level, yes, you want to get your hands on that. Okay, and then don't forget I put my picture on here on purpose. Don't forget, we have our own Fierce Fit contest going on. This is me working hard, like my face is in pain to get results. And I've been using the Beachbody Performance line. I've been using everything but the creatine. It was really making my belly hurt. So I wasn't using that because I have digestive stuff. But every woman and every person is different, and some people love it and they're fine on it. But I've been using this throughout the entire process for 6 weeks now. I love it, and I notice I sleep better and I recover faster when I use the Performance line. So our contest is you have to use the Performance line or the Shakeology Boost consistently for the entire month of September. You had to sign up in the beginning of the month, and at the end I'm going to have you share your story, your transformation story with pictures and then a little video at the end, and we'll randomly choose one person to win the $100 plus a pack of Shakeology packets. So it would be 24 packets. So $100 and the packets just for using the products. The goal of this, you guys, is that we can all share testimonials of us all being different people with different interests, using it with different programs, and how did our bodies respond, right? We're just building knowledge, and the more that you use this stuff, the more you can talk about it. But see, I'm coming at you. My face is in it to win it. Okay, let me move this out of the way. All right. Oh, yes. So this is something I was thinking about because one of my love languages is gifts. And I was looking on Etsy for fun. And so I decided to do a birthday giveaway, and it starts today. Okay, and it goes until the end of the month because I love my birthday, and I don't really like gifts as much as I like to give gifts. It makes me so happy when you guys say, I got my thing in the mail. So anyone that hits Success Club 5 or higher, okay, so there's 2 categories. You ready? You're a diamond or above. It has to be you hit Success Club 5 plus 2 of your coaches. Okay, if you're a ruby or lower, has to be you hit Success Club 5, and then you individually have to sign a new coach between now and September 30th. Okay, Success Club 5 plus a new coach. Anyone that does that gets this cute little arrow ring. How cute is this? Isn't it cute? I need to have a better picture. It's super cute. Anyway, so if you're diamond or higher, if you're in our diamond group or higher, then that means you have to have you plus 2 plus a new coach. And instead of thinking about this as, I got to hit Success Club, I got to go to Emerald, I got to do all these things, I'm going to say, no, you don't. You don't have to do a dang thing. But you could say, instead of saying I have to, you say, I get to change somebody's life by sharing the opportunity that I was introduced to. I get to help somebody get better results with the Beachbody Performance line. I get to help their digestion be better by sharing Shakeology with them. So just flip it in your mind and it'll be a lot easier. Okay. Oh, and then where's my picture? I don't know. Last thing, then it's Jen's turn. On October 1st, the Masters Hammer and Chisel will have a debut workout available through Beachbody On Demand. I would let everybody know that you love, and I'm trying to think of a fun way to share this, but put on your calendar so that you can try it out yourself, record yourself doing it, and then share your feedback so that when it comes time to launch this workout, you have a personal testimony already of how you felt, and it'll blow your mind. I wish I could share my results. I've asked like 1,000 times. They say no. So I can just tell you it's awesome. That's it. I firmly believe that this is going to be one of our biggest things to go to market. Combine so many things that we've had. So anyway, that's all. I'm a little pumped up. All right. Now the lady you've all been waiting for, Jennifer Drake Bottom, found me on Facebook, like I said. And when the first time I hopped on the phone with her, she just had this energy and this like magnetism, and just I felt like I was talking to my really super fun big sister, and she made me so excited. I couldn't wait. And if you've ever spent any time with Jen, either on a Zoom or on a call or in person, she is the girl that makes you feel like we can do anything. What do you guys want to do? You know, and like unstoppable and fearless. But she's very good about backing all of that up with incredible systems. And she has a very high standard for herself and a very high standard for her life. And I love that because she will only surround herself with high caliber people. And she's not afraid to share her viewpoint and be like controversial, I guess you could say, and ruffle feathers. And so I think that's why she attracts people, is because like she's strong-willed in a good way. She's stubborn for the right things, but at the same time she's extremely lovable. Jen has been consistently hitting Success Club. She's made she earned the parties, at Summit, and she is a 1-star diamond coach and has all kinds of builders on her team, all on one leg. So she's a very dominant leg. And her major goal, though, is to buy a beach house that could be a rental property for her. And she is a marathon runner, well, half marathon, long distance runner. And she runs by these beach houses and posts them on Facebook all the time, sharing her dreams and her vision, unashamed with the world. And I love that. So, Jen, we're so glad we have you. Take it away, sister.
Thank you. Thank you. That was and yes, I am a full marathoner. So I have run halves, but I did run a full. So I wanted to show you for a minute. We have a teeny tiny house, and I've got teenagers here that are also participating in this call.
Hi, Emma. We love
But
Emma.
the reason I wanted to share that with you is because it's true. I do have high standards for myself and for my kids. And I just have to do a shout out to my Emma, who's right here next to me, because she is the sports producer and the sports anchor on her school live news program. And today was the very first live, and she rocked it. And then my 8th grader over here, who is shirtless, he gave a speech to try out for 8th grade president today. So we've got all sorts of stuff going on.
That is so cool.
Little house. So the reason I bring that up is because it's part of being who you are and attracting the right people. So let me get my share screen on. All right. And I love this picture. This was taken at our Salt Lake City Diamond and Above retreat for Fierce Fit Phenomenon. And like, honestly, I can't even say how important it is to surround yourself with amazing people that hold themselves to high standards. And it just makes it so fun when we get together. I love that. Okay, so whoopsies. Before we get started, I want you to make sure you have a pen and paper ready, because I'm going to ask you questions and I want you to take notes as I ask you questions, okay? So I'm going to actually take you through step by step on how I kind of tricked you. So it's how to attract the right people, but it's really about how to channel your inner rock star, firecracker, whatever you want to call it, because we all have it in us. And if you channel that in your coaching business, then those are the types of people that you are going to attract. And I kind of learned, my business went into a slump with recruiting, and I just felt really like I was doing a lot of free work, if you know what that means, like helping a lot of people, but which is great, but I was finding that I was doing more service than what was creating business. And it all goes back to the way that I was talking on my page and in my challenge groups and in my messaging. So let's fix that. Okay. So the first question I want to ask of you is the noun, now a noun, because not an adjective, but what is a noun that you feel like during or right after an awesome workout? So to get the juices flowing, I put some ideas up here for you. Mine is firecracker, which you've started to see that I've been using in some of the groups that I participate in and on my page. So I am embracing it, and you need to find your correct word that you can relate to and I want you to type it. Now, this isn't set in stone, so type it in the comments. What is your noun that you feel like, and you don't have to choose out of these, but that you feel like say you just did Insanity Max 30 and you just beat your max out time. You tell yourself, oh my gosh, I am such a stinking beast, or I am so, now don't use awesome because that's an adjective, right? It needs to be a noun. Darn it, I can't see the chats. Okay, so
I'll read it to you real quick.
Yeah.
Do you want me to? Okay.
Yeah.
It says rock star, badass, superwoman, beast, bombshell coach, powerhouse, badass, hardcore mama, powerhouse, beast.
Love it.
A lot of badasses on here.
You know what? I have to tell you a quick story. So I'm reading You Are a Badass right now, which is the perfect book for this whole emotional transformation that I've kind of gone through, or this emotional breakthrough that I've gone through lately. And I really wanted that word, but, I try not to say that A word. As a matter of fact, on that book, we blacked out bad ASS, and my son, who's in 8th grade, wrote donkey above it because whenever we want to say badass, we say bad donkey in our family. So my book actually says you are a bad donkey, and I really wanted to choose badass as my word, but I won't judge you if you use badass, because just because I don't like to say that word doesn't mean that you don't have to say it. And so I didn't choose it because you'll see why later. But okay, so you have your word. That is amazing. And you could always change your word later. Side note, I'm doing this. I have a challenge group going right now. It's called 30 Days to the Best Me. And I do a different video journal prompt every single day. And I actually took my challengers through this process. Of course, we didn't talk about coaching and how to use it in coaching, but we talked about how to use this in their life. So feel free to take this process and use it in your challenge groups, because I have 18 people in this challenge group, and it was a great thing that a lot of them had never even thought to empower themselves in this way. Okay, so what are some things that make you feel like that? I'm going to use firecracker from now on, but what are some things? So I put, of course, long distance running. That's me crossing the finish line with my daughter. Body beast. The more workout programs you do, the more you will channel your inner firecracker. I'm doing Body Beast right now, and I definitely, every time I go up in weights, I'm like, I am in firecracker. Insanity Max 30, Turbo Fire, Combat. There's some workout programs that I don't channel that. I really like to channel that. But also make a list of things that you do besides working out, because you want to do more of those things. You want to do things that channels this inner firecracker, inner rock star, inner powerhouse every single day. For me, cleaning my house. I love a good cleaning session with music on, and when I look around, I feel awesome and like a firecracker. When I'm sitting around, you saw, I often have extra teenagers in my house. When I'm sitting around and they're including me in their conversation, which they usually do, I feel like a firecracker. I feel like a rock star because they're entrusting me with what's important in their life. So write down those things and make sure that you do lots of those things every day. Okay. Next. Okay. So what are some other firecrackers that you know of? There's definitely, I went to a Taylor Swift concert with my daughter last month, and Taylor has upped her game. She is no longer that sweet little girl. And she had this look that would kill. And she redid some of her old songs with rock and electric guitars. And I'm like, dang, I really respected her and I really loved seeing that side of her. And so I connected with Taylor Swift because she brought out that inner firecracker in me, and I saw the firecracker in her. Shalene, of course, when you listen to her, especially Build Your Tribe, because she's really You know, she's not very apologetic about her beliefs. And then I feel, if any of you know who this lovely, lovely gentleman is, I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And this is Elder Jeffrey R. Holland. He's an apostle. And I feel really guilty that I put him right next to like Patty from Millionaire Matchmaker, because that's like a very horrible show. But I love Patty because even though she's crude a lot of the time, like when I watch her, I'm like, oh my gosh, like if I watch an episode of Millionaire Matchmaker and then I go and send messages, they definitely have a different tone to them. But Elder Holland, of course, he's like an apostle of our Savior, but he says things very direct and he is unapologetic about it. And a lot of Latter-day Saints love for it. And so these are my fellow firecrackers. They're confident, they are fearless, they are unapologetic. So I want you to make a list of some of your fellow, whatever your word is. Okay, what is it not? And this is super important because, you know, we got to keep things in check, right? Because sometimes when you're channeling that inner firecracker, you can get carried away, especially me with my husband or my kids. So for me, some words that a firecracker is not is rude, crude, insensitive, and tactless. So it's really important. I'm a very visual person, so having these words right in front of me keeps me in check. So I want you to write what you are not. Okay, so when is it appropriate to be this? Specifically when it comes to coaching. So definitely in our postings, our messaging, when we're leading our challenge groups or our training groups for coaches. And I just threw in cleaning the house because, you know, when you're channeling your inner firecracker, cleaning the house can be a lot more rewarding. So when is it appropriate for you to be like this? Yours are probably very similar to mine, but maybe you have a speedboat and maybe you want to write like when you drive the speedboat or something like that. Okay, so how does it look as a coach? So these are actual messages that I just really quickly pulled out and screenshotted. And I really wanted you to see how my communication has changed since I have started to channel my inner firecracker. So top left, I just can't afford it. I'm a single parent of 2. So before I named myself Firecracker, I would have just been like, oh yeah, I totally understand. Okay, it's not going anywhere. So I would have just like, you know, turned over and caved in. But instead, I said, oh, I completely understand. It must be very difficult. Please don't take this the wrong way. I'm only here to help. But do you make yourself a priority? I have worked with several single moms, and at first it was very difficult for them to learn to make themselves a priority with a little money and time, blah, 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 blah. So it's really, you know, just not necessarily letting people off the hook so easily. You know, we talk about the objections, and I used to, because I wasn't confident, because I didn't want to be pushy, I was editing myself. I love that. Jimmy Hayes Nelson this week posted a really great post about not editing yourself. I mean, of course, we have to edit like crude, rude, insensitive, tactful, but like when you want to say something back, do it. Just do it in a kind, caring, and thoughtful way. But really, like, this is crucial to attracting the people that you want to attract. It's that chemistry thing. It's what you give out is what you give back. So if I would have folded and said, you know, for the lady that said, I just can't afford it, I'm a single parent of 2. If I would have said, okay, it seems like you're not ready, contact me when you are, she probably would have been like, okay, later, you know. But because I turned it around in a professional way and she's going to respect me more, I just raised the standard of that relationship. Now, this is a lady that I've never met before. I met her on my like page. I try to do it in the most tactful way I could. If she gets ticked off at me, it's really not a loss for me because I didn't have a relationship with her in the first place. So that's where that confidence and that, unapologetic comes in. I don't know how many of you have heard, be unapologetic, be you, unapologetically, but nobody told us how to do it. And so I hope that you're understanding this is how you do it. To get in touch, we all have that inner rock star, firecracker, badass in us. This is how to get in touch with it. Okay, middle. This is something that I just started doing. And I love this because I love scales of 1 to 10 because I'm a visual person. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to be joining the 30 days to the Betty group? 10 being, sign me up now. No worries if you're not ready. I just need to know up front. Thanks. I don't know about you, but I don't like being strung along. And so if you give a message that is like this, what's going to happen? 1, they might ignore you, and you didn't want them anyway because they're not ready, right? Put them on your follow-up list. 2, they might say, no, same, follow up later, or instead of saying, okay, say to them, and I actually have done this, do you mind me asking what's holding you back? I'm not wanting to pry, but I'm just curious what's holding you back. Be assertive and ask those questions because there are a lot of misconceptions out there about Shakeology, Beachbody, and that is our job to, okay, I don't know where that little red line just came from. That is our job to, relinquish those misconceptions. So if we're not asking, hey, what's holding you back this month? We won't be able, like some lady said, oh, I will never do Shakeology. It's so full of, chemicals, and I choose to eat, things that are natural. And I was like, oh, really? Let me tell you about Shakeology. I did it in a nice way. And then I have a full-time job. This was a coaching. I was in a conversation about a coaching. And she said, oh, I have a full-time job. You know what? Turn their negative into a positive. I am starting to think that people with full-time jobs, like, it's a benefit to have a full-time job. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I talk to teenagers all day. They're not going to buy Shakeology. If you are out and about, you have an advantage, I think. So I said that. That is even better. The more people you know, the better it is. Not a big deal if it's not your thing. It is just really a great way to live your dream by inspiring others with your passion. The coaches on my team have full-time jobs and do this in about an hour a day, which is totally true. My team is full of full-time workers. So, just don't let them off the hook so quickly. And then here was a post that I made. If you feel these things about yourself, that's what personal development is. When you're doing people say, I don't know what to post. I don't know how to inspire people. If you're doing personal development, then you have content to post. So because I've been going through this process, of course I'm going to make a post about it. You're so flippin' awesome. Just in case you hadn't heard it in a while. Do you believe it? Do you channel your inner awesome at some point every day? I feel awesome when I save money, when my teens are happy, when I, blah, 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 blah. Because I'm channeling this, I can post about it. All right. So, but we totally, totally need to balance it out, right? Because I can't be Jen the firecracker all the time because then nobody would show up to my calls and nobody would show up to my teen page or my challenge group. So we need to balance it with the opposite of the opposite side of our firecracker personality. So if I feel like I'm coming on a bit too strong, these are the people in my life that I try to channel. So the opposite of Taylor Swift, I think, is Carrie Underwood. I think she's super sweet. I don't think she'd ever hurt a fly. She's very compassionate. Of course, the savior. And actually, Shaun T, even though he kicks our butts in workouts, he is a big teddy bear. And if you listen to his podcast, he is the most sensitive, caring guy you'd ever meet. So this is who I channel, this side of me, if I'm, feeling a little bit too firecrackery. Oh, whoopsies. That's not good. Okay. So the whole part of this is to come up with your before your feet hit the floor motto. And this is why I couldn't use badass, because I do my morning prayers right after I say this to myself, and my morning prayers would all have to be repenting. So that's why I came up with the word firecracker. So I wish you'll see it in a second. But I'm a firecracker. There it is. Okay. I'm a firecracker. I want to attract other firecrackers. I must speak like a firecracker. And so what I just showed you was just a web. I'm a past first grade teacher. I just made a web of this and I cut it apart and made it into a PowerPoint. I'm super visual. So I have this above my work area where I do my power hour, and I have it in my workout area. And before I start my power hour, I look at it and I say, okay, who do I need to channel? What do I not need to be? And it just reminds me to speak with that voice rather than the Carrie Underwood voice, which is great too. But when you're posting on your page, you don't want to be speaking like Carrie Underwood. Okay? Because people love Carrie Underwood because they want to snuggle up with her and they want to slow dance. Well, not really. I mean, some of her songs, but she is warm and fuzzy, but we're not really in the warm and fuzzy bit. We are, but like to attract people, you want to attract, okay, let's face it, we want rock star coaches. And to be a rock star coach, you have to attract rock stars, okay? This will help you to find people that really want to work the business. And me taking my challengers through this is awesome, because now I've already set them up for coaching. Because I'm like, I kind of can use their word and be like, I know how to take your powerhouse to the next level. You should coach challenge groups with me. So I've really set up my challenge groups to like lead into coaching. All right, well, I'm going to stop share. That is what I have. I hope you liked it.
Yeah, I loved it. I took notes and I wrote down my words. I listened to you. You're so good at teaching, but I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording, and then